Was there something in my walk, how I talk, giving off the wrong energy? Was there something in my stride, too much pride, telling you to back down? Slowly, slowly you became my enemy. But you can't seem to get enough of me. So if this is the last time, I guess I better make it worthwhile. Yeah, if this is the last time, I guess I better give it my all. So if this is the last time, I guess I better make it worthwhile. Yeah, if this is the last time, I guess I better give it my all. Was there something in my walk, how I talk, giving off the wrong energy? Was there something in my stride, too much pride, telling you to back down? Slowly, slowly you became my enemy. But you can't seem to get enough of me. So if this is the last time, I guess I better make it worthwhile. Yeah, if this is the last time, I guess I better give it my all. So if this is the last time, I guess I better make it worthwhile. Yeah, if this is the last time, I guess I better give it my all.
There we go. Thankfully, my push to talk works this time. Welcome, everybody, to Kansas Speedway, virtual Kansas Speedway, as we get set to go for, well, Kansas. I don't believe there is an official race title for this. It's just kind of Kansas. So here we are, getting set to go. Qualifying's done. Cars are lined up on pit road right now, and we'll run through the starting lineup in just a moment. Jacob Pitts, Jarrett Mackey here with you for the call. Zach Johnson, our producer for the night, as always. And Jarrett should have a good show.
Yeah, Kansas, one of those 1.5 mile, some will call them cookie cutter tracks, but Kansas is my favorite. In real life, we see a lot of good racing here. On the sim, I think we'll see some pretty good racing here tonight. And yeah, I think we'll see a lot of close quarters. Full throttle there for a little while. Once the tires start to wear off, I think that's where we'll see the interesting battles tonight.
We've got Kyle Smalley on the pole tonight with Nick Olson to his outside. J.R. Houston is in third. Marcus Adams winds up fourth. Bryson Fitzgerald rounds out the top five. Then it's Michael Anthony, Anthony Colantuono, Robert Rader, Gavin Hibbs, and James Lowe rounding out the top 10.
11th night, you got Zach Lindgren, 12th, Ferris Shaw, 13th, Ted Rickich, 14th, Keith Smalley, 15th, Kyle Manger, 16th, Michael Dorsey, 17th, Colin Fern, 18th, Chad Denton, 19th, Jared Wishon, and 20th, the 78 car of Travis Braden. Michael Elliott in the 46 car will roll off 21st. Chris Worrell in the 6th will roll off 22nd. Alexander Conkey, 23rd. James Conter, 24th. Bolch Ramirez, Roberto Ramirez, 25th. Brandon Lawless, 26th. Calvin Allison, 27th. Holt Johnson, 28th. Kevin Orlando Jr., 29th. And Derek Lemke rounds out your top 30 in the 71 car.
Let's try this again. Here we go. 31st, Casey Heschel. Lucas Dreyer in 32nd. Jesse Cottrell, 33rd. William Rucker, 34th. Richard Lekowa, 35th. Chris Webb, 36th. He rounds out the field for tonight's race. Half a lap to green. What's one thing you're keeping an eye on here, Jarrett?
Used to see, when the tires fall off for some of these guys, that's when people are starting to get squirrely in those corners. Drive off's going to be big. The line people run is going to be huge. And, can't wait to see what happens if we get a few green flag runs in here and see how that does for the racing.
Pace car is going to make the high left turn on the pit road. We're glad you're watching. Let's have some fun here from Kansas Speedway. Kyle Smalley's on the gas already. Green flag's in the air from Barney, and we are racing for Corner Racing Leagues underway from Kansas.
Great job from Kyle Smalley. We saw it a few times also last week at Talladega, and 2 car lengths before they head off into turn 1.
Yeah, he is gone. I mean, Nick Olson kind of riding around in that second spot. J.R. Houston in third, clear of Marcus Adams down the back straightaway as everybody begins to get single file. You got Adams pulling to the inside, trying to cover the spot from Bryson Fitzgerald.
We didn't see Nick Olson in last week's race at Talladega in the FCRL, which was just shocked because he was pretty solid at Daytona, the first race of the season, but good to see him back here running second so far in this one at Kansas.
Probably also wanted to walk home at the end of the day. Caution's out. Trouble on the front straightaway. Chris Webb involved. Well, man, people are blinking out. Am I even going to be able to see the wreck here? Yes, indeed. Travis Braden got the wall off corner exit. Couldn't save it. Hit the wall back down the track. And I think he just collected a couple others in that. Yeah, he did. Involved as well. The Richard Lekowa back there in the 38. Another rough night for him right out of the gate. He took a hard shot and winds up in the infield on the front straightaway. Got involved in a couple wrecks early last week at Talladega. Here's another angle.
Yeah, he just ran out of space up there against that wall, and unfortunately collected a few other drivers behind him. That's always the worst, when you really, nothing you can do about that. Not your fault, and just, man, that kind of puts a damper on the start of your day.
And Chris Webb made it through, scrubbed the wall just barely on the high side, but he avoided any other severe contact. Richard Lekowa, he's used his fast repair. That thing looks brand new. We'll see what happens with the rest of his night. Same thing with the 78 of Travis Braden.
Never too great to use your fast repair on lap 3 of 120, so he's not going to be too happy about that. But at least he has that fast repair to keep him in this one and not have an early retirement on his hands.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to have to use my fast repair anywhere, no matter where we're at. As a couple more coming out of pit road, William Rucker, Calvin Allison, Casey Heschel, Chris Webb, James Cato all coming in.
Pretty early decision to pit here. But, I mean, if this race has a long green flag run, it could help him out. Kinda, maybe. We'll see.
You never know. So you may be able to notice they're small on the windshield of the cars. Most, if not all, of the drivers are running the name Webb on the name rail banner on the top of the windshield. That's for Chris Webb. He is going through tough times right now, and the entire field showing their support for the driver of that 68 car.
And that's one of the really, really awesome things about iRacing and sim racing as a whole is how strong the community is. I know a lot of people, including myself, that have lifelong friends through sim racing, and there's times where the whole community gets together for a good cause, for a right cause, and this is a really good example of that. So props to everyone running that name on their windshield banner tonight.
Yeah, Chris sponsored the race at Phoenix earlier this year and was going to sponsor tonight's race. However, the league decided to take over for tonight and have this nice little tribute for him and his family.
I believe the lights are out on the pace car. Could be getting the green flag this time by.
Kyle Smalley choosing the outside line here on this restart. Alexander Kroenke has been given an EOL penalty. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if he is somehow deemed the cause of that. Not sure if him and Braden made contact, but here we go. Nonetheless, off turn 4, back to the restart zone, green flag.
Another great start there. On not the best start in the world there for Nick Olsen, but I'm pretty sure Smalley had his teammate behind him, so they could have coordinated on that one.
Off turn 2, you got Michael Anthony up on the high side. J.R. Houston underneath. In the Dr. Pepper machine, as here comes Nick Olsen looking to the inside. Almost got into Marcus Adams. Looking to the inside here through 3 and 4.
Inches had to separate Olsen's front bumper and Adams' rear in that corner. Really thought we were going to see some contact. Great job of those drivers to keep it clean.
Yeah, that got scary in a hurry. There's no doubt about it. As the field works their way off turn number 2. Olsen in that second spot now. Then Marcus Adams, Michael Anthony, J.R. Houston with a big block on Robert Rader.
Smalley right now punching that hole in the air as he maintains the lead as they come off turn number 4. Olsen, they're only a half car length behind him.
And they're side by side, further back behind him. Robert Rader, Michael Anthony, Bryson Fitzgerald, Anthony Colantuono. And we know that the outside line pretty much is the better line to be on later on in the run, but you've got the leaders running down on that white line.
Only the third lap of green flag race here, third or fourth. So I feel like as tires start to fall off and as the race continues, we'll see people move up towards that wall, and that we'll see who's fast, who can have a car that can change lanes and really not fall off too much, and who can't.
And who burns off their tires and then can't keep it down on the bottom, slide up the racetrack, or can't keep it on the top and slide up into that outside wall. That'll hurt him as well.
Nick Olsen looking to the inside of Kyle Smalley, trying to take the lead in turns 1 and 2, unable to do so. He'll dive back down to the bottom of the inside, headed into 3, just to his quarter panel.
Gonna send it on in there. Nick Olsen wants the lead. Kyle Smalley wants to hang on at the stripe. Smalley leads by about half a car length, but I mean, he's there as they go back to 1.
About dead even midway through the corner.
Olsen slid up the hill and almost took them both out.
Marcus Adams is a bystander watching this one from 3rd place.
And Olsen came on the radio, said he caught the apron, and that's why he slid up the racetrack like that.
Got a little bit loose there through the center of the corner. Did Olsen on that last corner. Turns 3 and 4.
And I think he's just trying to get the car back underneath him after lighting him up there through 1 and 2. Zach Lindgren on the outside of Robert Rader. That's for 5th.
Pretty spread out early on in this one.
Kansas is not known for its 5-wide racing like Talladega might be. Now Lindgren trying to make a move here on J.R. Houston. Lindgren has got that outside line rolling.
Robert Rader thinks about splitting them, making it 3 wide here.
Oh, is this going to work off the corner? Oh, barely.
Lindgren's car just working on that high line right now.
Yeah, he gets a great run off the corner and pretty much just uses that to his advantage. We'll see if he can catch the top 3. They're about a second up the road from him right now. Robert Rader taking advantage of that high line as well, but J.R. Houston committed to the bottom. He's also lost 3 spots since the restart.
Something I'm noticing is every one of the top 3 is running that bottom, and you got Lindgren and Rader here. Rader last time by ran that high side, but now it's just Lindgren up there who maybe he's trying to get that advantage running the high side, knowing the leaders are going down low and trying to see if he can gain time there.
And it is working slowly but surely. He picked up a few hundredths. That last time around is Bryson Fitzgerald, Michael Anthony were battling for a moment. Right behind them, Ted Reckick and Colin Fern are side by side.
See a car get up into the wall, scrape it there. Nothing, no harm, no foul on that one. A little bit further back.
Gavin Hibbs there in the 95 running an Eric McClure throwback in honor of him, who unfortunately passed away yesterday. Yeah, Sunday, at the age of 42.
Classy tribute on that one to honor the life of really, really long-standing NASCAR driver.
Oh boy, one car got really sideways off of turn 2. That's Keith Smalley. He made a nice little chicane down the back stretch coming off of turn number 2. That got scary. He keeps it straight. He's going to lose about 5-6 spots in the process. But I'll take that over a wrecked race car.
Kansas usually isn't known for a chicane there, but he certainly made one on that last lap by.
Maybe trying to give some ideas for a roval here. They already do have an infield road course here at this racetrack.
Zach Lindgren has caught up to that 3-car pack up there, running that high line.
Didn't take long. Breathing down the neck of Marcus Adams. His leader, Kyle Smalley, has about 3/4 of a second lead. Lindgren there to the inside of Adams for third.
Front three pack there when Lindgren was the fourth. He was so committed to running that bottom, and we'll see if they'll adjust. Now I don't know how fast Lindgren is on that high side, but able to do a great job there getting by Adams with the crossover move off turn number 2.
Well, and Lindgren can't hold the bottom as well as he can the top. He ran the bottom in 3 and 4, washed up the racetrack on exit, and Adams was able to catch him running the middle line. Lindgren now back up the high side, and we should see him start to pull away from Adams here.
Lindgren going to gain a ton on Olsen there, who got loose in the center of that last corner.
Now Nick Olsen going to slide up to the outside lane, try and slow down Zach Lindgren.
Tried to make it work, just doesn't really have the car hooked up for that high line as Lindgren does, as he's going to come across the line third. We'll be kind of shocked to see if he's still third the next time they come across the stripe.
This battling has allowed Smalley to open up this lead. It's over a second now. And Lindgren, P2.
Just flew by Olsen there like he was standing still. Lindgren, P2. Now his sights set on the leader, Kyle Smalley, in P1.
We'll see if he can catch that number 5 as it is out in front. It's led, I believe, every single lap thus far. We're 19 laps in the books here at Kansas.
Pretty spread out.
We're with you
tame.
for... Yeah, everybody really seems to be minding their own business. I expected the first couple laps to be really aggressive. We had that crash on lap 1. But other than that, we've been able to keep it on rolling. We're with you here the next 2 weeks here on STN with the Four Corner Racing League. We're here at Kansas tonight, obviously. Then the Bolts Design throwback race from Darlington. That's next week. And then in 2 weeks, the Balls Out 120 at Dover.
Always really excited when you get to go to Darlington. See those throwback schemes, always fun. You know, ton of great designers in the community, a lot of them in this race. And so I'm sure we'll be in for a treat there with some of those throwback schemes next week at Darlington.
Going to be a very good show. And then after Dover, we take a week off. These guys run COTA. We take off. And then we come back at Charlotte for the Balls Out 175. That's Memorial Day, May 31st. And then we take about 9 weeks off, and we come back in Indianapolis in August.
Zach Lindgren up front has cut that gap in half to the leader, Kyle Smalley. Still nothing to report on yet. About 7/10 separate the two drivers still, but Lindgren cutting into it.
Yeah, it's down to 7/10 of a second. So he certainly has caught Smalley, but now Smalley has adapted, and he's now running the outside line. Whoa, Nick Olson. Oh, boy, he was dirt tracking that thing off the corner. That was close.
Did a great job to reel it back in. Sure, he had a blast doing it as well. That was like fun. And I'm sure, he's
Especially
only
with-
laughing because he saved it.
Yeah, and he's got Marcus Adams breathing down his neck as well. On board with the 24. Adams goes to the high side. Olsen hangs out down low.
Kind of
Now that
shocked.
Smalley has moved to the outside, he's pulled 2/10, almost 3/10 on Smalley. The gap's back over a second.
Pretty shocked that more people. I mean, I'm still seeing a lot of drivers just being really stubborn and trying to run that low line. I'm sure if that's what their car is set up for, that's what they're going to kind of be forced to do, put in a box. But with how fast Lindgren is, and now Smalley on that high side, kind of shocked more people haven't adapted like Smalley has.
Well, we've got a conga line back here, and they are 3 wide and slipping and sliding. I know it's back in 26. Bolts Ramirez, Lucas Strayer, Brandon Lawless, Calvin Allison, Michael Elliott back here, Michael Dorsey. They were 3 wide off the corner, and there were about 7 of them under a blanket. They're still pretty close together. I mean, this is like pack racing back here.
Yeah, it's really crazy to look at that, and then look what we were seeing up front now. 2 wide, 3 wide at times off these corners. It's the same race. They're on the same track, and 2 very, very different scenes here at Kansas.
Calm, cool, and collected at the front. Absolute chaos in the back. And you got to think, Kyle Smalley is a little less than a halfway around the racetrack from these guys. So he gets to this lap traffic. We may have a battle for the lead. Speaking of battle, Nick Olson and Zach Lindgren for second. Look out, Nick Olson.
The second time in the last couple of laps, Olsen was super loose and, again, reels it back in. So, great
And
piece
look
of
how
driving.
much time he lost. Here comes Adams on the high side now. Marcus Adams
He's gonna
to
clear
third.
him. Yeah, Adams going to clear him before he dives down to the turn 1. Kyle Smalley still opened that lead out nearly to another whole second, but Lindgren's there. Like we said, Kyle Smalley adapted to running that high line and doing a pretty good job at it so far.
Got one on pit road, Colin Fern. He's going to take 4 tires, and he's going to be on his way. He was up inside the top 10, so he makes his pit stop. A couple of cars obviously made pit stops under that caution as well, so a few are on fresh tires, but for the most part, everybody is on old tires. Got to wonder how long it'll be until we start seeing cars come to pit road.
And, you say fresh tires, which is true, but I believe at that point they only ran a lap and a half of green flag laps. So we'll see if that actually has an advantage. I'm pretty sure one of the main guys in that was Roberto Ramirez, and he sits right now in.
Well, and I also kind of
27.
lied because looking at how long everybody was in the box, they took fuel and that's about it.
Well, there you go.
Casey Heschel, 7.5 seconds. Calvin Allison, 4.5 seconds. Cato, 8 seconds. Ramirez, 5. Lekowa, 4. Braden, 4. Rucker, 6. So
Well, there you go.
I was wrong.
No one knows no one knows what they're talking about. It's fine.
How about a battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th? Olsen, Fitzgerald, J.R. Houston.
3-car battle here. Olsen's tires are probably more shot than the rest due to both of those really, really close calls he had. And
And that's not fun with a loose race car.
No.
And worn tires on top of that. I don't know how you keep that car from wrecking.
it's even less fun when you're losing positions at the same time.
Well, I think that's part of the process of worn tires and ill-handling race car. You're going to sink through the field like an anchor. Zach Lindgren trying again. Got the fishing pole out, trying to reel in Kyle Smalley.
Lindgren's been fishing for a while. No bites in the water yet. And Smalley's doing a great job of holding that line. It's probably the shortest that gap's been since Lindgren took second place, but still not really closing as quickly as he was in some of those other drivers before we broke into the top 2.
Looking at lap times, they're almost even. Lindgren 200ths faster. Better entry for Lindgren, but can't quite hold it on the exit. While Smalley's just able to launch off the corner.
Already through a quarter of this race. It's flown by, quite frankly, compared to contrast to last week's race at Talladega.
Yeah, this is really something. You know, Talladega, we had a lot of wrecks. And this week here at Kansas, they've kind of rebounded from that and kept it clean other than that first lap caution. Everybody else has been driving good. Speaking of driving good, Marcus Adams has some life to him. He has caught Zach Lindgren here.
The first time Lindgren's been under some pressure since Nick Olsen was under him about 10 or so laps ago and got loose in the middle of the corner. So
Adams able to hold that bottom pretty well.
This plays right into the hands of Smalley, who will see his gap increase if this battle continues for any longer.
Here we go, side by side for second. This is going to allow Smalley to pull away again, but they're not done battling.
Adams there just can drive into the corner. We'll see if Lindgren can get that drive off as we get in all race.
Second place, Marcus Adams. He's got it.
Did a great job driving that one in, Adams, and then was able to hold it and get that momentum. He swung up to the high side and didn't clip the wall, but Lindgren looks like he's gaining a little bit more on the front stretch.
Lindgren going to try to outside, but Adams is just able to hold the bottom as Lindgren gets a little sideways and slides down the racetrack on corner exit.
It's the first time we've seen something like that from Lindgren in this race, 37 laps in.
And Lindgren now falling back already half a second to Marcus Adams. 37 laps complete here at Kansas. Kyle Smalley has led them all thus far. We're going to go side by side here at Kansas for the Four Corner Racing League. When we come back, we'll probably see pit stops here from Kansas.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to Kansas. Hope you enjoyed that battle while we were side by side back here, 3 wide with Calvin Allison, James Lowe, Robert Rader, Kyle Manger back here in a great old battle for 14th.
Someone gets really loose off turn number 4. That's a 71 car. I believe that's Derek Lemke in the grass. The front stretch, though, collects it and gets back on the track. No harm, no foul, except Lewis lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, well, he's lost a lap. He's got damage on the right rear of the car as well. So bad day on the worst for Derek Lemke as he is a lap down. Also had one coming off pit road. That is Ted Reckick, who started up inside the top 10. He's 36th, 1 lap down, last on the grid. As we have people making pit stops. Brandon Lawless is on pit road right now. He's the only one thus far, but more and more folks are coming on to pit road saying, heck with it, it's time, I need tires.
Well, let's just kind of wait for the first person to do it, then see how it works out for them, and then you go, yeah, time for me to do it, and the whole field kind of just follows suit, and yeah, let's just start to see some strategy here.
Bryson Fitzgerald has gotten by Zach Lindgren for the 3rd spot, and that's where we stand with that. Circle B, Circle B Diecast, partner with this league, and we'll pull the graphic up so I know what we're talking about. Here we go. Four Corner Racing League and Circle B Diecast. Use promo code FCRL 2021 for free shipping on all orders over $20. Again, that's FCRL 2021 for free shipping on all orders over $20 from Circle B Diecast.
You got a diecast collection there, Jacob? You got any favorites?
Well, I do have a somewhat of a diecast collection. Of course, it's not here with me at college because what's the point of me bringing it here? But I do have a couple of favorites. I think my absolute favorite would be the 124 diecast I have from Tony Stewart's last win at Sonoma. As who in the world is that locking it up on a pit road? The 78 of Travis Braden.
Wouldn't be shocked if we saw a speeding penalty come out of that.
Yeah, he was that first caution earlier, and
try to get it slowed down.
He's on pit road trying to hold on to the damage here. Ted Reckick just blew by the leader like he was chained to a tree or something. Kyle Smalling on those old tires is getting passed by lappers here.
Adams is the closest he's been since taking over 2nd place.
Gotta wonder if we see a caution fly because of people misjudging pit road entrance. It's not easy to pit at a 1.5 mile racetrack, especially here. I almost sent water flying because I saw Richard Lecco dirt tracking it off turn 4 and thought he was going to get turned in the infield grass. So he hangs on. Nice save for that 38 car.
Good save for your desk as well, having to...
More worried about the monitor. Marcus Adams, 3/10 back on Kyle Smalley. This is the closest the battle has been since the restart.
Those are the biggest those letters have ever been on Smalley's car to Marcus Adams right now. We can finally read the words on the back. He's getting that close to him as he picks the high side, Smalley the low side.
And I would imagine that we're going to see these guys come on to pit road here in a bit. This is the 49th lap that they have completed on these tires, and about 45 of them have been under green flag conditions.
And they're losing time right now to everyone that's pitted already to get new tires, but I feel like they think these green flag runs will continue in this race, and so they'll gain time the next time the cycle comes around to pit.
Or maybe they're waiting for that caution flag because they know that green flag pit stops at a 1.5 mile racetrack are pretty tricky. We already saw Travis Braden with a fine example of that. Now Now, Marcus Adams is going to get passed here by a lapper of Brandon Lawless. He's going to stick it up the inside, except he can't get him on the straightaway because of the right front damage on that car. He'll just send it into the corner. Adams takes the high side. Lawless takes the low line, and see you later.
Adams is going to hope that he has a little bit harder time getting by the leader, Kyle Smalley. That'll gain him some time on the 5 car.
And Lawless trying to get by the leader, and he will. Smalley pretty much going to let him by. Caution! Crash front straightaway. William Rucker in the outside wall. Got one in the grass as well. That's Michael Elliott, who's parked right at start-finish. And... ooh! Oh, man. Looking at the replay... 46 of Michael Elliott got too high, got the wall, and got kicked back down to William Rucker on the front straightaway. Absolutely cleaned him out, nowhere to go.
Yeah, nowhere to go there for William Rucker. Really unfortunate. Not his fault at all. Just was wrong place, wrong time, and collected in that one.
And I'm not sure if there's much Elliott could do, to be completely honest. I mean, he hit the wall right at the transition between the safer barrier and just the regular old concrete. That's where he hit it, and I think that transition is what knocked Elliott back down the racetrack.
Yeah, unfortunate for all parties involved. Second caution of the race here, lap 53, and the leaders come down pit road, Adams and Smalley.
Pits are open. It's feeding time at the zoo. Here comes everybody. And if you don't take 4 tires here...
I don't know what to tell you.
Going to leave the racetrack in a white jacket, and you're going to enter a padded cell, I think is what's going to happen. Right now, everybody that's out behind the pace car is a lap down. Alexander Kroenke wins the race off pit road. I think him and Chad Denton, they just missed their boxes. Well, they didn't make a stop. They did not stop in their box. They just kept on driving. So they're probably going to have to come in again. Smalley, Adams, Fitzgerald, Lindgren, Hibbs is your top 5 off pit road.
Mentioned, getting nothing but 4 tires. You're putting a padded cell. I feel like an even bolder strategy. It's silly they didn't do it on purpose. Is missing your pit box entirely. And I wouldn't be shocked if they came down again and rectify that situation. Right before that caution, Travis Braden, the 78 car, decided to call it quits and be the first DNF for tonight.
Yep, and Michael Elliott's been given an EOL penalty, which, not surprised. After that contact with the outside wall to come back down the racetrack.
Definitely adding insult to injury on that one. I'm sure he accepts it and realizes that it's probably deserved.
Well, it wasn't like he was pushed up into the outside wall or anything. He just, car slid up there and then got the wall and it got kicked back down the racetrack. I believe this time by we'll get, I hope this time by we'll get 1 to green. But because of the lap cars, we may only get 2 to green this time. We'll figure out when the lights go out on the pace car, plus when the waiver rounds go by here. So it is Fern, Reckick, Lawless are the 3 waiver rounds. And your top 5 at the moment looks like Kyle Smalley, Marcus Adams, Bryson Fitzgerald, Zach Lindgren, and Gavin Hibbs, who just blinked out of existence. Now he's back. Then J.R. Houston, Chris Worrell, Nick Olson, Michael Anthony, and Calvin Allison has cracked the top 10. That's what things are going to look like here on the restart as we have 1 lap to green And the wave around cars go by.
Should to see here what happens. Kind of a reset here. Leaders being on fresh tires.
And just like the last restart, Kyle Smalley going to choose the outside line, which will put Marcus Adams down low.
And like I said before, Kyle Smalley, sort of the master of restarts here, and so I would not be shocked to see another great restart.
Kyle Smalley finished third last week at Talladega in the wild, wild race that we had. And here we go. Pace cars in. Kyle Smalley's on the gas. Marcus Adams ready for it this time. We're back racing at Kansas.
Car length and a half already between Adams and Smalley.
Bryson Fitzgerald, he's always pretty aggressive. He's right behind Adams. Zach Lindgren going to fall back on the high side, off a 2.
Fitzgerald dives the inside of Adams.
Whoa, Nick Olson's going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Worrell slides up the racetrack. He's going to lose 2 spots at the price of 1, with Nick Olson still down on the bottom.
Nick Olson's been kind of the center of attention all night action-wise. A few really good saves, and again, there just being really, really aggressive, but doing a really great job keeping that race car clean.
Well, he's got to be aggressive to get back up towards the front, knowing how fast that 5 car is.
It's not wasting any time here.
James Lowe has parked it. Not sure why. Looking at the replay. Oh, he just pulled out a line and towed, and that was that for him. Interesting. Kyle Smalley, fastest lap that last time by. So he's pretty fast out there in clean air, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I believe he's probably led every single lap so far in this one. I really can't remember a time where he wasn't in the lead, and doing a great job out there.
Correct. He's led every single lap thus far. Nick Olson gets by Gavin Hibbs. That's for 5th.
Already has shored up that bonus points, if any, for leading the most laps in the race, as we just passed halfway in this one.
Yeah, we are at the halfway point here. That was quick. If you wouldn't have mentioned it, I wouldn't have noticed.
Came and went.
Marcus Adams trying to hang on to second. Bryson Fitzgerald breathing down the back of his neck, but they have not let Kyle Smalley get away.
We haven't seen Kyle Smalley under this sort of pressure for a lot of the night. We've seen, 4/10, 5/10 leads. Right now, you got Adams there right on his back bumper. Right behind Adams, you got Bryce Fitzgerald there who's trying to make some noise there in 3rd place.
Yeah, he was just kind of lurking around on that last green flag run. He was a little too far back to really have a say in the battle up front. And couldn't quite get up there. But now that he's there, he wants more.
Adams, they're doing a good job holding that car steady on the bottom line. Even Mr. Highside in that first one there, Zach Lindgren, back there in 4th place, keeping that car glued to the bottom on these new tires.
Yeah, that's been the theme of this run. Fitzgerald got a great run off of 2, has nowhere to go with it. Now he's going to look to the inside here in turn 3. Adams going to give him the bottom. Fitzgerald not quite clear off the corner. They'll be side by side to the stripe. Back to turn 1.
Just allowing Kyle Smalley to pull away and try to get back to that lead he had.
And Fitzgerald still not clear. He was clear for a moment, but he wasn't going to make it in time. Marcus Adams with a big run on the high side.
Lindgren goes up to that wall, maybe try to get a 2 for 1 here. Not sure he's going to be able to make it stick. He will get the run off the corner, though.
Well, with these cars, this track is such a momentum racetrack that anytime you need to lift, like Fitzgerald had to do there when Adams shut the door, it cost him big time. And now Lindgren, he's going to make him pay.
Three-way battle for second. The most we've seen this position under attack so far in this race.
Fitzgerald probably going to fall back to 4th. Here comes Lindgren. He'll stay on the high side here for Adams. Woo-hoo-hoo, what a move.
Adams tried to block that run of Lindgren. Lindgren said, no, sir. Cut right back down to the bottom. Made the pass work, and now he's got his sights set on the leader, and Adams already a car length behind him.
Excuse me as I choke on air. Kyle Smalley has also pulled away by now 0.8 of a second.
Yeah, he wants
So
even more cars
cost?
to compete. Yeah, he wants even more cars to compete for that second place spot. He's loving what he's seeing back there. We saw Lindgren, get to that second place spot on that last run, and then really just didn't have the speed to fully get up to Smalley, as by that time he was already in second place. Adams, closed that door and got second, was running down Smalley. So interesting to see here if Lindgren can do what he failed to do in that first run once Smalley adapted to running that high side.
Looking through the field, seeing if there's any big packs or anything. Nothing. Nada. Everybody is single file, it feels like.
Already, coming up on lap 70, so. Kyle Smalley continues to have led wire to wire so far in this one.
Here comes Fitzgerald on the outside of Marcus Adams for 3rd.
Nick Olson in the picture as well.
And now here comes Olson. Yep, you're right. Got loose coming off too that last time by, and that's what allowed everybody to get back to him.
Olson now trying to work that bottom line, try to clear Adams here. Looks like he's going to come close in the tri-wall. Tried to slide up Adams like, no, sir, I'm still here. And I believe Adams will have the spot when they cross the stripe that time by. See Smalley nearly a second advantage on Lindgren, who's running in second. Adams and Olson, the battle currently on your screen right there. Adams seems to have quelled the attack from Nick Olson for the time being.
Yeah, was able to get back by him. I remember they're on the same age of tires, really, because we had that caution in there. If we didn't have the caution, we would have a whole bunch of strategies going on at the front. Here comes Alexander Kroenke. This is for P9. Remember, he missed his pit under caution. Had to come in after everybody else. And now here he is running a 9th spot.
It's one of the few battles in the racetrack. It's the one currently on your screen right here.
Ted Reckick getting lapped. Again. Well, no, he is only one down now. Whoa, Bryson Fitzgerald got a little sideways there off the corner.
Cal Small's league now back up to her second, nearly 2/10 here over Zach Lindgren.
And Lindgren running the high side. Kyle Smalley glued to the bottom. Whoa, we got one on the wall. Off of 4. It's Gavin Hibbs. Almost climbed the wall off turn 4. He was able to keep it out from everybody else. Oh, he got loose, and that's what got him into the outside wall. Did not take anybody else with him. Oh, and as I say that, he gets loose again.
Car's driving nasty right now, doing a great job though to keep it clean and keep this race under green.
Ted Reckick just described his race car as the track bar fell off the car loose. Not sure what that means, but maybe Gavin Hibbs has the same feeling right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great sign, that's for sure. This race is absolutely flying by as we're at 4 laps here. We'll have completed 66% of it, 2/3 of this one in the books. Little math for you there on the STN Racing broadcast.
Yeah, I'm still sitting over here trying to process all that.
Yeah, no worries.
Got it.
My head hurts. It was fun.
Because I'm like, well, 90 is 3/4, and whatever. You know we're in trouble when we have to start doing math to keep up.
Yes. That's not my strong suit.
So I figure we're going to have to pit here before we get to the end. The question is when. My guess is just run this out as long as they can, like they did with that first stint. Pray for a caution, then everybody pits, and we're all good. All right, so we don't have a graphic for it, but we'll do this verbally. Upcoming. Man, there's a lot. So Thursday, eNASCAR Roto Pro Qualifying iRacing Series. Split number 2. We'll have it here for you on STN from Darlington. That's going to be something. I'm even blanking on a time. 9 o'clock Eastern is when we'll be live for that. Friday, FTF1 from Michigan. That is also a 9 o'clock start on Friday night. Then FTF GNS at the Daytona Road Course on Saturday, 10 o'clock. Only here on STN. Start of May Madness for FTF Grand National Series. I don't keep up with the FTF Grand National Series, so I don't know what that means. But if you're watching and you pay attention to FTF Grand National Series, you'll know what that means, and it should always be a good time.
FTF always puts on a great show. A lot of talented drivers in that league.
That there are. It is a busy week this week. Next week, things calm down a little bit because we only have FCRL as far as I know, and then FTF Grand National Series. But we're at that point in the year where all the leagues fire up and they get rolling, and we're here to cover it all.
Cover it all. We will. Zach Johnson doing a great job pushing those buttons as always in the production booth. Nothing but respect and thanks and just how dedicated to his craft Zach Johnson is.
Yeah, he's about as busy as I am this week. Him and I are with Podium on Wednesday, covering dirt. Then we're back Thursday here. We're here Friday. He'll be here Saturday, and I'll be, well, not here on Saturday as far as I know, but I'll be off on Friday and Saturday as well, calling some real in-person things, not just iRacing. Still be a good time.
It was good to get out in the real world, do some big J journalism in real life. So
yeah, well, hopefully this Saturday and this Friday I will be inside a booth. Saturday calling softball, I was outside, and let's just say I now have a mask tan on the left side of my face because of where the sun was all afternoon long. You can see the spot where my headphones and my mask did not cover up the side of my face. So there's a lot of red, and then there's a small patch of red where, yeah.
When you live and you learn.
Calling sports in a pandemic. Yeah.
36 laps to go, getting away from this incredible banter we got going on up here. 36 laps to go. Kyle Smalley still your leader. Second lead to Zach Lindgren, and there's about a second and 3/10 back to third place Bryson Fitzgerald. Pretty spread out, the top 5, 6. Really
Nick Olson coming to pit road. So, strategy call here from Nick Olson. He's coming in now. He wants the tires now.
It's always about who bites first, and it looks like it'll be Nick Olson. We'll see if it helps him out here, what kind of impact that'll have on what the leaders are going to do.
We're now at 35 laps to go. Gavin Hibbs also came onto pit road there. You saw him leave. Colin Fern has already made his pit stop.
So, Jacob, if you had to pick a winner for this event at Kansas, I don't know if we would stray too far away from who we think is going to get this W tonight, but if you had to pick someone, who would that person be?
Well, I'll let you pick Kyle Smalley because that's the easiest pick in the world. I'm going to have to go with Zach Lindgren. If we get a point where we get a medium-sized run, or Kyle Smalley eats concrete in the outside wall, then I think Lindgren's the best chance we got other than Smalley to head to victory lane.
Yeah, it's been really solid night so far from Lindgren. Like I said, one of the early adopters of that high side line, and he's not too far away from Smalley here. He's kind of closed that gap a little bit over those last couple of laps. Now under 8/10 behind him. 7/10 nearly now. So Jared Houston on pit road.
So your top 5 right now: Kyle Smalley, Zach Lindgren, Bryson Fitzgerald, Marcus Adams, Alexander Kroenke. Then Michael Dorsey, Casey Heschel, Michael Anthony Bolts Ramirez, Chad Denton, your top 10.
Lindgren's catching Smalley. Smalley's still dedicated to that low line, and Lindgren being on the high side like he's been all night.
It's Michael Anthony you see coming to pit road, as well as Robert Rader. No, Robert Rader, I can't read. Farrah Shaw, he's the one on pit road. Rader's still out on the racetrack. Roberto Ramirez is on pit road now.
Leader's still not coming in yet. Olsen was, I believe, in the top 5 at the very worst, top 10 when he decided to come down pit road. So he's one of the early ones in this front pack to do so. Pack calling that's a generous term, calling it a pack.
Yeah, I don't know about a pack, but
trying to speak it into
Kroenke's
existence.
on pit road. As our producer eloquently just said, the world's largest cloud has taken over the speedway.
Which could have some effect, maybe, on the way these cars drive. Who knows?
I guess that's what happens when you're in the flatlands and in the middle of nowhere. You'll get a cloud the size of Texas to pop overhead.
I think Kansas is in Tornado Alley, but I could be wrong about that.
Kinda.
It's not my part of the country. Couldn't tell you.
Ask Dorothy, says our producer. Caution! Oh no, again! Caution again in the middle of green flag stops. Who did it this time? It's Colin Fern on the front straightaway. Oh, man!
Just lost it.
Three
That's
wide
bizarre.
and lost it on the transition on the front straightaway. Robert Rader got in his way. He went up the middle and lost it.
It's a little bit bizarre the way Fern lost
And he
it.
was on fresh tires. Wow! I think
bizarre.
Rader was just trying to get out of Fern's way, and they both went for the same spot, and Fern couldn't hang on. Unbelievable. Pits are open. Everybody coming. Gonna have a number of people take the wave around.
It's the second time these leaders have benefited from a caution in the middle of green flag pit stop, staying out. Looks like Smalley's going to win the race off the pit road.
Handily, then it'll be Lindgren, then Adams, Fitzgerald, Casey Heschel, then Kevin Orlando Jr., Jared Wishon, James Cato, Calvin Allison, Richard Lekoa. That's going to be your top 10, it looks like. And you got guys pinned a lap down like Chris Worrell, J.R. Houston, Alexander Kroenke, who will get back on the lead lap here with the wave around, Michael Anthony as well.
Nearly 5 laps away from lap 100 of 120, so this race has flown by.
And that just means the anticipation is only going to pick up here. People are going to get antsy with 20 to go.
For the first time for a lot of these guys, all race, they've actually seen what the backbone of Kyle Smalley's car looks like, especially a few of those top 5 for the first time in a while since that last caution. I believe that was around lap, 60? Just near halfway, just before halfway, I believe.
Yep.
Colin Fern given an EOL penalty for his involvement in that last caution. No surprises there. So, Jacob, we've seen it, 3 times today. We saw it a bunch of Talladega. Kyle Smalley really, really good on these restarts. You think that continues as we get a late race restart here?
Yeah. No doubt in my mind that, I think he's going to be checking out and probably fairly annoyed when the caution flag comes out again. But I think for the most part, he's just going to be checked out.
Almost feel criminal of him not to win this race at this point as the Pace car, I believe, turns its light off. I see everybody doubled up.
Yep, 1 to green here.
This time, Smalley elects to take the inside, which is something we haven't seen since the start of the race.
So since Kyle Busch won the Busch Race 400, does that mean we have to call this the Smalley McSmall race if Kyle Smalley wins tonight?
That's an interesting.
Just thinking out loud here. But
Yeah. I mean, a lot of laps left. 20 laps to go still.
that at least works better in my mind than the Lindgren race.
So you had a lot of time to think during this one. A lot of thinking time.
Smalley and Adams are teammates. They're lined up on the inside. It's Lindgren and Fitzgerald up on the high side. Green flag. 23 laps to go.
Great job there by Smalley again. As Fitzgerald looks to the inside of Lindgren.
Casey Heschel in the picture. Jared Wishing up here. Where did they come from? As here they are inside the top 10, trying to battle their way to the front. And you see Lindgren all the way, or already back up to the outside wall.
The line's worked from all night. Why fix something that's not broken? Back there in 4th place.
Here comes Calvin Allison up the middle. Casey Heschel going to lose 2 more spots because of it.
Smalley's still your leader here. He's got his teammate Marcus Adams breathing down his neck here. Turn number 1, Fitzgerald not too far behind him, and then Lindgren on that high side. A little bit further back in the picture, but still in this one for sure.
And Lindgren is hoping that we go green the rest of the way. I think that'll play out the best for him. Here comes Marcus Adams inside for the lead. Somebody else named other than Kyle Smalley may lead a lap here at Kansas off turn 4, still side by side of the stripe. It's gonna be Smalley by a nose.
They are teammates, but there's a race on the line here. It's the first time all night we've seen Smalley not holding the lead.
Adams might be clear here. Oh, that's a teammate. Wow. What a crossover by Smalley. Jared Wishing was inside the top 5. He fell out of the server, and now here comes Bryson Fitzgerald looking for 3rd. Kyle Smalley retains the lead and will continue to lead laps.
And Smalley's best friend right now could be Fitzgerald. If he can put Adams under enough pressure there to kind of force him into a battle and take his attention away from Smalley and trying to get that lead away from him.
Remember, the 5 and the 31, they are teammates. 5 slides up the racetrack. Here comes Marcus Adams.
Smalley clips the wall there, coming off of turn number 2.
Smalley may not lead this lap. Still running the high side. Adams slides up the racetrack. That pushes the 5 a little wide. And Marcus Adams is going to lead a lap here at Kansas by half a car length. $18 laps to go. Great launch by Smalley on the high side.
Smalley hasn't been forced high all night. Now we're seeing that as Adams putting up one heck of a fight on that inside line.
But we saw Smalley use that outside line earlier when he was out in front, and it worked. He's going to lead that lap, I think. Yes, barely, by the skin of his teeth. But he's going to lead that lap, so Adams still only leads 1. And don't look now. Here comes Calvin Allison on the bottom.
Smalley going to give a little bit of a push there to his teammate on the backstretch.
Smalley going to stay to the high side. Allison on the bottom. He is making that inside work. He's going to slide all the way into 3rd off turn 4.
It's the highest we've seen Allison so far tonight, but a great move there to hop up into 3rd place.
In that Misfit Mafia, Davey Allison-looking machine, that Ford.
He's going to throw his name in the hat for the battle for the lead here.
Adams running the middle. Allison is to the back bumper of these guys. Where in the world did Calvin Allison come from? He's going to go 3 wide for the lead. Oh, and he's almost going to get into Marcus Adams. Oh, what a save. Kyle Smalley back out in front.
Adams not going to be too
Wow.
happy with that. So that allows Kyle Smalley here to breathe for a few laps and collect himself, but Allison is a really fast race car on that high side of the track.
Oh, he just got the wall. Allison got the wall off turn 2.
Scratch
Allison says he never got a 0x or anything. Not sure if it was net cone or if it was contact. We need to look at it again, but here we go. Fitzgerald blocking Allison all the way to the wall. And here comes Lindgren now on the flat.
Smalley able to pull away in all this madness.
Oh my gosh, he got a 4-car battle for second. Kyle Smalley is back out in front by a second now. Here's Robert Rader into the picture. This is incredible with 13 laps to go. Make it. Yes, 13. I thought I jumped the gun there. Man, here comes Rader. We're going to go 3 wide again into turn 3. This ought to be good. Rader trying to keep it down low. Lindgren on his outside corner. Lindgren's going to lose at least 1 spot. Allison clear.
Behind them, Marcus Adams, who I can't imagine is too pleased with how he's fallen back to 6th place. Still a fair amount of race left to get back up there and maybe give his teammate a run for his money if we can get another caution.
Lindgren got really sideways on the high side. He's able to save it, though. That got close. And now Bryson Fitzgerald winds up in the 2nd spot. Problem is he's over a second behind Kyle Smalley. And we're coming to 11 laps to go. Smalley is a 10th faster than everybody else right now.
He's got clean air, 2.5 lead on the rest of the field, only 11 laps to go. This race stays green, not looking too great for Bryce Fitzgerald and the like back there, second on back.
Rader takes 3rd now. Here comes Marcus Adams on the high side for 4th. Caution. Turn 1. Chad Denton in the wall hard. That changes everything with the 10 to go. What in the world is Ferris Shaw doing?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, he got net coated by Michael Dorsey. And he had nowhere to go and crashing for 30th to bring out the caution with 10 laps to go.
Every caution we've seen has been super unfortunate. Something weird happened, maybe except for the Colin Firm when we just lost it, but a lot of just really
Chris
weird
Webb,
cautions.
Colin Firm, they all parked it. The only one left is the 40, and his car's junk. I hope he hasn't used his fast repair yet. Let's see what happens with pit road. It's only been 17 laps since they pitted. And nobody is brave enough to stay out. Everybody wants to pit. Oh boy. And Denton as well is called of the night.
Looks like everyone there took 4 tires.
I would hope so.
never know in these late race scenarios. Probably less than 5 laps to go when we restart. So someone maybe a bit further down the running order maybe tries to get a little cute with it and take 2 tires, but everyone there, I believe, got 4.
Bolts Ramirez is the lone wolf to stay out, and he's your race leader. Roberto Ramirez is going to get eaten alive on this restart. Alrighty, so looking ahead here. And what's coming up here on STN? Road to Pro, the eNASCAR Road to Pro qualifying iRacing series on Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll be here with you for the second split. Then Friday, FTF1 from Michigan, 9 o'clock. We'll be here for that. Saturday, 10 o'clock, FTF Grand National Series on the Daytona Road Course. And we have FTF1 every Friday night until Saturday Night Shootout acceptance on Friday comes back in a couple weeks.
Action never stops.
Next week we're back again here at Darlington. Then we go to Dover. We have a week off as these guys go to CTMP, or not CTMP. That's the wrong direction. How about COTA? They go to COTA without us, and then we reunite at Charlotte the following week on Memorial Day night.
A lot of, 2 road courses, 2 iconic road courses with the same, 4 letters. 3, both start with the letter C, so I fully understand that one there.
Yeah. Still don't know how I screw that up. COTA is south, and CTMP is north.
Yeah, just a little bit of a difference there. A little bit of a difference.
Just a little bit.
We're going to restart with this one. 5 laps to go. Could get saucy here as Roberto Ramirez is the leader. 24-lap old tires.
They crash again, and we go to overtime. As long as we keep it clean, Bolts Ramirez, I think, may be able to survive this. I'm saying there's a chance. It may not be a great one, but we'll see what happens. Kyle Smalley's been great on restarts all night long. He's on the outside with his teammate Marcus Adams. It's Bolts Ramirez and Bryson Fitzgerald on the bottom. Pace cars in. Green flag. Here we go. Ramirez on the gas. Good restart for him. He's clear.
And the first time all night, Smalley has not had the control on the restart.
Give it time to about right here when everybody can turn except for Bolts Ramirez. Oh, Fitzgerald almost, well, he did get into Smalley. He hangs on, and here comes Smalley up the high side. Robert Rader up the middle. Ramirez hanging in on the bottom for now.
3 wide for second back there.
Kyle Smalley might just run away again. Sideways in the back, but we keep it green. Here comes Adams on the high side. Robert Rader in the basement with 4 to go. Smalley to the bottom. Rader going to be almost clear. He is clear. Trouble in the back. One car slides onto the apron. We might stay green. It's a single car spin. Can't even get to the car. It's the 98 of Anthony Colantuono. We'll hang on. Here comes Rader all over the back bumper of the race leader. 3 to go. He's there inside for the lead. Calvin Allison there as well. He pushes Adams up the racetrack. Adams keeps it out of the wall. Side drafting down the backstretch. Allison, oh, he got into Smalley. Rader got into Smalley. Smalley's going to lose 3 positions in one corner, and it's going to be Rader and Allison coming to 2 to go. Oh my goodness! He's still falling back. Here comes Allison to the inside for the race lead.
Raider just gave him that bottom.
Now they'll side draft all the way down to the flat. Oh, he's going to turn him. Raider turns Allison and the caution's out. Blocking. Yo, man, look out. As everybody else has to avoid. And Calvin Allison gets turned, blocking for the win with 3 to go, and we're going to overtime. And Kyle Smalley got upheavaled from 1st to 6th with that contact between him and Robert Raider.
Wow.
And that was netcode there, too. It was netcode that got Smalley sideways, and it's netcode that turns Calvin Allison around. Flawless.
Wow.
I guess Monday Night Racing's using up all the server energy tonight.
What a intense 3-lap green flag battle that was right there. I don't think the intensity is going to go down at all when we get this restart for this green white checkered finish.
That was goofy. And Roberto Ramirez only fell back to 9th. I'm impressed on 30-lap old tires. He's going to fit this time, though. I think this is going to cause, hold on. This is going to send Robert Raider to the back.
Yeah, I was
He's going to go well here.
Just kind of biting my tongue to see how the admins would rule on that one, if it was netcode or what. But Robert Raider's making his case over the radio right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was listening to was the radio. And I mean, even with netcode, there still is a fault given to a driver. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I feel like
it may fall on both of them. But I think Robert Raider is going to go to the back, which is going to put Marcus Adams and James Cato on the front row for this restart.
Raider's going to be arguing that maybe, Allison was trying to block and maintain that race lead, but someone's got to kind of be blamed here for it, and we'll see what happens. Big call here from the admins.
And just keeping an eye on that box in the bottom right. It is going to Robert. Robert Raider's going to the back of the field on this restart. Wow. Unbelievable. The hits just keep on coming, and that's going to put Kyle Smalley 5th. He's going to be 3rd on the inside line on this restart. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not ready to rule him out yet.
Small race is not out of contention yet, as we've got, I think, 2 to go till we get the restart.
Green white checker for sure, though. I don't even think Raider was given the official penalty. I know he just came down pit road, didn't see it pop up in the box in the bottom right. I wouldn't sleep on Olsen back there in 3rd place at a fast car all night, and shown he's not too afraid to put his nose placed right where it shouldn't be, and it's really what you got to do here in a late race restart like this.
Three attempts at overtime. Lord help us if we go through all 3 of them. Looks like we're going to get, we're definitely going to use the first one here. We should get 1 to green this time by. We're going to go 4 laps over our scheduled distance here tonight. And indeed, lights are off on the pace car. 1 lap to green. Adams going to stay on the bottom. Nick Olsen in the 3rd spot. So you got Adams, Olsen, and Smalley on the bottom. I think they're going to be 6 wide by the time they get to turn 1.
It's a pretty safe bet, over under 5 on the how many cars you got in a line in turn number 1 to try to get this win here. Is honestly, they probably feel like they've stolen it from Kyle Smalley here if he can't get it up there in 5th place. James Cato doesn't anyway been said much of tonight. Good to see him up there in second place in that 3 car.
I gotta ask, who wins?
Well, I don't like to back down from my original stance, so I'm still going to go with Kyle Smalley here. But I wouldn't be shocked if Olsen did it. Really wouldn't be shocked if Olsen did it from 3rd place on this restart.
Our producer picks Olsen. I don't know, man. Fitzgerald, maybe. Adams, maybe. Anybody that's left, I'll pick. I got the field. Here they come. Pace cars in. It's Marcus Adams, James Cato, leading us down to the restart. Here we go. Oh, that was a late restart. Green flag, and the entire field got bottled up. And Kyle Smalley is a mile back from everybody else. Caution, crashing in the back. Robert Rader in the inside wall. Calvin Allison involved. Go figure. These two meet again. Oh, and Allison was 4 wide and got turned by Holt Johnston, and Rader clobbered the inside wall.
Only got 3 attempts here to green white checker, so we'll see if they use all 3.
Yep. Olsen, not happy on the radio. Not surprised. Good grief. So it's going to be Adams, Olsen, Cato, Fitzgerald, Lindgren, then Smalley, Strayer, Heschel, Lekawa, Cottrell, your top 10. So not much change, but also a lot changed there.
Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So we're going to re-rack them here and have a second attempt at a green white checker finish. Race is still flowing by compared to last week's Talladega. I mean, not really much worse you can get than that, but that was still a good race and had its moments. In this race, as we've seen, these last 25 laps have been box office, and I expect that to continue when we get these green flag laps under for this green white checker. Extra race in here tonight, Kansas Speedway. Never complain about that.
I might. If they wreck for 30th again. And Robert Rader, that thing is toast.
Really unfortunate.
He uses fast repair, though, so he's still in contention. The problem is he is 26th. Oh, he is damaged. Okay, well, his pit stop was only 14 seconds, so I assumed he used his fast with that wreck. So, out of the race thus far, it is Chad Denton in 32nd, Colin Fern 33rd, Chris 34th, James Lowe 35th, Travis Braden 36th. Top 29 are on the lead lap. Keith Smalley is 30th, 2 laps down, and Jared Wishon is 5 laps down in 31st.
Luke Olsen gains a spot on that really, really short green flag run we had there. To call that a run is even pretty generous, but he'll restart on the front row for this one.
And Smalley did not get a good restart because everybody else got bottled up. So he wound up losing a spot here. He's going to line up in the 6th spot. I believe this will be 1 to green here this time by. And it is.
I'm gonna try one more time, and then if this doesn't work, we'll try one more time after that.
And then after that, we all go home. Nobody wins. The pace car wins.
Well, someone wins. Let's not get. Could cut the tension with a knife here at Kansas Motor Speedway. It's just Kansas Speedway. Great restart there from Adams. Leaves Olsen in the dust about a car length and a half, 2 car lengths.
He's going to slide down to the bottom, though, right in front of Cato. We'll see how long this lasts. Marcus Adams pulling away from everybody. And we'll see if they make it. They need to get to the white flag in order for this race to be official. Otherwise, we try it again. Down the backstretch. Olsen to the bottom. Big, wow, what a move by Nick Olsen. To the inside. He's got room. He's going to be clear off the corner. Slides at the racetrack a little too far. 3 wide for the lead. We're going to make it last lap. Oh, they make contact. The leaders are going to slide and save it. They're 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Fitzgerald on the high side. 4 wide for third. Wow.
Car.
Crashing in the back. Huge crash in the back. Fitzgerald sideways. Here comes Cato to the inside. Big block by Olsen. He's going to hang on. Now he hits the apron. He's going to slide up the racetrack. Fitzgerald with the run on the high side. He puts Fitzgerald on the wall. 3 wide. Big crash to the stripe. And Bryson Fitzgerald's going to win at Kansas. A hellacious crash on the front straightaway that takes out everybody else. But Bryson Fitzgerald survives, and he's going to win at Kansas.
Wouldn't be entirely surprised if that finish is under some sort of a review. So,
Bryson Fitzgerald walks in to a win. He got thrown up into the wall by Nick Olsen. Olsen put Cato in the grass. Smalley put Olsen in the grass. 4 different wrecks at the flag. Unbelievable.
Wow, that was yeah, I mean, that was awesome.
That was what I expected at Talladega. Everybody's doing burnouts at the start finish because I think it's over. So here's the restart. And this is where everything hits the fan here. So coming off of 2, Olsen gets a big run. Cato behind him. Adams with that defensive line. Olsen cuts to the bottom. Almost contact here. Drives it in way too deep. He's going to slide up the racetrack to clear himself. He's way up the track. 3 wide. Cato looking on the bottom. They make contact right here. I don't know if Olsen knew how close he was to Adams. 4 wide. Adams sideways right behind him. A big crash in about 15th on the back straightaway. And then here comes Fitzgerald. Side draft and they make contact. Cato with room. Olsen throws the block. Kyle Smalley trying to do everything he can up on the high side, hoping that they all take each other out. Fitzgerald runs away on the high side. Olsen comes back down, puts Cato in the grass. Kyle Smalley finished second somehow.
And in the chat,
and
Nick Olsen. Yeah, Nick Olsen's apologizing for his actions, and there's definitely a conversation going on whether that was all legal there. from Nick Olson. Bryce Fitzgerald says in the chat he has no words. It'll be a good interview if we can get him in here for the post race. But definitely looking at that finish and those actions from Olson to see if they are worthy of a penalty or some sort of talking to or what.
Yeah, that was something. Well, here are the results. Here from Kansas, Bryson Fitzgerald, your winner. Kyle Smalley, second. Nick Olson, third. James Cato finishes fourth. Zach Lindgren finishes fifth. Nice finish for him. Casey Heschel finishes sixth. Marcus Adams falls to seventh. Eighth is Jesse Cottrell. Ninth, Brandon Lawless. Where did he come from? And Chris Worrell rounds out the top 10.
11th place, the 29 car, Michael Dorsey. 12th, Lucas Strayer in that 32 machine. 13th, Kyle Manger. 14th, Gavin Hibbs. 15th, Derek Lemke. 16th, Alexander Kroenke. 17th, Calvin Allison. Unfortunate for him, really fast car, falling back that far in the field. 18th, William Rucker. 19th, J.R. Houston. And 20th, Richard Lekawa, excuse me.
Michael Anthony, 21st. Ted Renkick, 22nd. Michael Elliott, 23rd. Holt Johnson finishes in the 24th position. 25th, Robert Rader, a heartbreaking finish for him. Anthony Colantuono in 26th. Boltz Ramirez in 27th in that last lap crash, as well as Ferris Shaw in 28th. Kevin Orlando Jr. in 29th. Keith Smalling rounds out the top 30, 2 laps down.
31, Jared Wish, and 32nd, Shad Denton. 33rd, Colin Fern. 34th, Chris Webb. James Lowe, 35th. And rounding out the field, the 78 car, 36th place, Travis Braden, 83 laps down. Catch your breath yet, Jacob?
Third place, go ahead, Jared.
Catch your breath yet, Jacob, on that one?
I'm still trying to figure out what on earth happened. Let's talk to third place finisher here, Nick Olson.
Holy crap, I finished third?
You finished third.
Oh, man. No, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is only the second time I'm talking to you all year. So I probably don't even belong in third the way I was driving those last couple laps. I'm not really proud of the move in the tri-oval, coming to the white flag there on Marcus. I feel pretty bad about that. But, it was still a podium run for the E-Racer Chevy. Really, really, really laid it all out there trying to get our first win. We've been really close all year, and I got real careless there on the last lap. So
now you seemed on the edge pretty much all night long. Every time I would look up at you, you would be sliding up off the corner, giving it everything you had. Was the car just that difficult to drive? Is that how you set it up? And I mean, you paid off here in the end of it, finished in third, but early on in the afternoon, what was up with the car?
Yeah, I mean, the way the car drives, if you burn the right rear off of it early in the run, then I mean, the rest of the run's going to be a bit of a stretch. So we tried playing some strategy there, and then I think Fern had some trouble there. We probably could have won the race that way. We would have been the first guy on tires running down the guys trying to save. So kind of wish it would have run out organically, but you know how racing goes. It's, sometimes you're the bat, sometimes you're the ball, and sometimes you're both. In my case tonight, unfortunately.
So let's look ahead a little bit here to Thursday. You're running in Road to Pro at Darlington. What do you expect out of that? How do you feel about Darlington coming up? Because I'm sure it's not going to be like Talladega by any stretch.
No, and we were lucky to come away with a 6th place at Talladega on a wing and a prayer with our UNC Charlotte Chevrolet. But Darlington, I mean, the lady in black bites. So you just got to be on your toes. Don't take any lap for granted. Our Kligerman Sport dev team is working really hard to put together a really, really good setup, and I feel really good about keeping it off the fence and keeping all fours, on the racetrack, which I didn't really do tonight. But just gonna go hard. I try to win as much as I can, and sometimes that has its consequences. But Road to Pro, we've had a really good season, knock on wood, and we're right on the door of 70th after wrecking in Vegas. So just gotta finish Darlington, finish the next race, Charlotte, finish these races in solid position, and we're going to get those points. So it's all about that top 70 for right now, and then we'll worry about the next round.
Before we send you on your way, anybody you want to thank, say hi to?
Yeah, I just want to thank Kligerman Sport, E-Racer, just really great to be representing iRacer in the purple and black car. Looks great out there, and I'm really excited to hopefully get it a win here soon in Four Corners Racing League. We're getting there, but definitely unpolished around the edges at the end.
Well, congratulations on the third place finish, and best of luck to you Thursday. And we'll be back next week at Darlington here for this as well. So best of luck.
Yep, sounds great. We'll see you then.
Nick Olson brings it home in third place. Now let's talk to second place, the guy that dominated the afternoon here, Jarrett, Kyle Smalley.
Kyle Smalley, you got us?
I got you, buddy.
So, Kyle, we saw you lead the first, 105 laps. We made the joke up here that you clinched the most laps led the second we hit halfway in this race. Talk us through how your car was so dominant and what happened there to kind of fall back to about fifth and then rally up back to second place.
Well, like I said last week, Kansas is one of my best tracks, and especially when you have clean air, it's just a huge advantage. And I was able to play with the lanes. I'd run the top and run the bottom, just seeing what was fast at the time with my tires and whatnot. But yeah, I nailed all the pit stops, I think, and then just those cautions at the end. Just when you have this package in the draft, anything can happen, just like it did in the real race yesterday. But I mean, after all that, getting damaged on lap 119 with Robert, and then all that that drama on the last two laps, I mean, coming back to second, I'll take that.
We saw a lot, really intense battle between you and your teammate Marcus Adams. What does that say about the mutual respect you two have for each other? And clearly your teammates, but also there's a race to win on the line, right?
Yeah, I mean, me and Marcus are really good friends. I mean, we practice all the time together, and we know what we can do to each other, and so it's always fun racing Marcus, especially for the win. I mean, I wish it really would have went to the win with me and him, but I mean, I saw he got screwed at the end there too, so sucks for him. He was my pick for tonight. Maybe he'll get him next week.
And yeah, talk us through. We saw you had a great vantage point for that final lap, that last restart there. How crazy is it in a moment like that when everyone's going for the win? You have a really fast car, but you trying to want to keep it clean and come on with a good finish still.
Yeah, I mean, I saw everyone just dooring each other, so I tried to stay high and just pray that the wreck would happen, and then they all go low, and then I'd somehow get through it and get the win. But that didn't happen. Second place, I'm fine with it.
Awesome. Any last words? Anyone want to thank? Anyone who got you here?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody at Balls Out Racing, my dad, for always being a big supporter of me. Duck Press Media Solutions, I mean, this race was dedicated to Chris and his family. I mean, I know it's just a league race and it's not really a huge deal, but just that little gesture just shows that the support that we all have for him. He's a huge supporter of the league, and everybody in this league appreciates what he does for us. So I hope him and his family I hope they can work through it. And I want to thank you guys for broadcasting. It's always fun watching y'all back. I mean, I watch y'all now that even on not our races, so it's fun to watch y'all. And Circle B Diecast, make sure you use promo code FCRL 2021.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kyle. Thanks for the run, and thanks for joining us up here in the booth. Kyle Small, your second place finisher here tonight at Kansas.
So close to having the Smalley McSmall race 400, but instead it's the Bryson Fitzgerald.
Go ahead.
I don't even know how to try and put that into a race title like that, but
McBryce race, perhaps.
Where in the world did you come from, Bryce? Let's start there.
I honestly don't know. I ran like fifth all race, just kind of, middle of the front, just trying to save tires and not wreck the car. And on that last restart, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to hold it wide open, run the top, and hope for the best. And it just opened up, and I just was able to get the win and steal it away.
I mean, you're right. You were fifth all day long. Take us through your process there on that last green white checker, because I mean, you had everybody beating and banging on the inside. You were just like, all right, I'll take this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just held it wide open. I mean, not much I could have done differently, I don't think. I just told myself, hold it wide open. If we wreck, we wreck. If I win, I win. Just hope. And it turned out well.
Well, of course, I don't have any stats memorized here, but this is your first win on the season?
Yes, it is my first win. I've been close multiple times. but I finally was able to knock through it and get the win, and it's such a big relief. I've been wanting to win in this for a long time. I know we're only like not that long into the season, but I really wanted to get a win. Finally got it for the Strictly Stock guys. It's our first win of the year. Hopefully we can get a lot more, and I really hope, you know, my prayers go out to Chris Webb and his family. I really hope everything goes well for them, and just happy to finally get that win, you know.
And finally, anybody want to say hi to here before we wrap things up?
Hi, Mom. I hope you're watching. No, not really. Just the Strictly Stock guys for bringing me in and letting me race on their team, and just Chris Webb and his family, and Plan B Sales.
Bryson Fitzgerald, your race winner here tonight at Kansas. Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Final thoughts here, Jarrett.
Wow, I mean, it took a second to get going, took a second to get intense, but once it got intense, that was some of the best racing I've seen on the sim in a very, very long time. And Bryson Fitzgerald, incredible job to her 5th place there, mostly all day to snatching the win there. And man, I run out of words to describe that last couple laps.
Chaos, I think, is a good start. But nonetheless, that is our broadcast for tonight of Four Corners Racing League here on STN. We're back on Thursday with the NASCAR Road Pro Qualifying iRacing Series 2nd split at Darlington. Friday, FTF1 in Michigan. Saturday, FTF Grand National Series at the Daytona Road Course. And then we're back on Monday next week with Four Corner Racing League at Darlington. For Jarrett Mackey and our producer, For Jarrett Mackey and our producer, Zach Johnson, there we go. I'm Jacob Hitz. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Thursday. Good night.